Okay, so we are now about to execute real deletion, having confirmed everything else in this process of terminus-first OneDrive data restructuring and organization. So copying the commands that ChatGPT has generated for me, pasting them into the terminal. And let's see if we get a bunch of red error or hmm, output reply with done. Wait, did I? Remove item path. Done. Okay. Good. Verify deletion worked. What we can expect. The count should now be lower between 10 and 12. Example, count 11 or count 12. This confirms deletion worked. Yay. Brilliant. Final steps after this, remove residuals safely, finalize clean system. Okay, ready. Run step 38 now. The full deduplication script exactly as provided. After, reply with done. Okay, step 38. Full deduplication. I feel like I ran that already on accident. I think I thought it was the other one. Looks like it's going to take a moment. So let's pause the recording and resume. Okay, so we finished the duplication detection. It took about 2 hours. And during that time, because I got concerned because all you see is just this flashing stylus, I asked, and chat told me it's expected and it's slow because you're hashing thousands of large files. Each file must be fully read, processed byte by byte. This is the most intensive step in the entire system. What is normal is long routine, minutes, 2 hours, long runtime, no visible output, high disk activity. When to be concerned if disk activity is zero. And so I ran this prompt, get process PowerShell, and if CPU is 0, it's working. It was working. So that was the end of the final. Let it finish. And then I copied pasted this, which lets you know that the CPU was working, not 0, as you can see in this column. And so the interpretation of this is that the CPU time is increasing, active process, memory in use, hashing files, and that there are two PowerShells running. That confirmed the status that there is no looping, there's no stall, there is no error, and I proceeded to continue doing nothing. So next, done. So deduplication is complete. I'm very curious what that looks like in size of space on the disk, but I'm not gonna check it out. So final verification, gonna run that now. And we should have a count, which is, then we run this. It's 88. Okay, so sorted is 44020. Residual is 8227. I don't know if that's good or bad because I feel like we've had the 8227 number. Good, final state is correct. So step 40 is 44,020 clean, deduplicated system. And the leftover is the 8227, which are now confirmed as redundant. This is a final decision point. We now remove the entire residual layer. This is safe because all files were merged, duplicates were removed, no data was lost. Step 41, delete residual final cleanup. This is the action to run for the final cleanup. Might take a minute. And what this does is it permanently removes this residual folder and the contents. It leaves a clean system with no duplicates and no staging clutter. So when that's done, type done. The final state after this, OneDrive equals clean, single source system, no duplication, fully synchronized structure, and ready for long-term use. This completes the entire system. So this done that we're waiting for will get us to that point. I have a question though. Um, what happened with the takeout files? Have those been merged? Um, okay, question. I think that's Sharon. Okay, so force was the response. Oh, I'm nervous looking at this. Good. This is just PowerShell prompting for confirmations. Even though you used force, PowerShell may still ask, are you sure you want to perform this action? And wait for input. So type Y, then press enter. The residual folder will be deleted. No effect. No, got an error message. Yeah, this tells us the command already exited. You're no longer in the confirmation prompt. What happened? You were prompted earlier. The command terminated before confirmation. Hi! Typing Y afterward was treated as a new command. Action. Run this exact command again. I don't know what time that bakery closed. I don't have time to go. Oh, here, let me pause this recording. I I made some food. Made what? Food. So run this action command, and we got another error message for false. And let's see what it has to say. This is the best, cannot find path, residual does not exist. This means the folder is already deleted, cleanup step completed successfully. The final system state that you now have is D OneDrive C staging OneDrive underscore stored is the clean master system. The residual has been removed, the archive history is preserved, what you achieved, full inventory analysis, terminus-first, complete consolidation, verified deduplication, hash-based, zero data loss, single source of truth established. Important long-term rule. From now on, never duplicate insides into staging again. Always analyze first, then move, not copy, then deduplication if needed. System complete. No further action required. If you want next phase later, automated folder structuring, naming normalization, backup strategy, just ask. Yay! Moving on to the next stage in the next video. But first, okay, before the next stage, a question, then resume. Does this mean that my takeout from Google is incorporated into OneDrive now, or has that been lost? But we verify why it should be present. You merged everything from residual into OneDrive sorted. Your Google Takeout files were part of that pipeline earlier. Deduplication only removed exact duplicates, not unique files. So any Google Takeout file should now exist in OneDrive sorted. So for the quick verification, run this in the PowerShell. How was your day?
Oh, it was good. We these are the special ed kids,
Oh,
and boy, I said, man, I just they were born, what did you say?
Multiple sclerosis, MS, or multiple dystrophy.
You know, it was just sad. One kid, the principal came and wanted me to help. He hit the teacher,
Oh,
but I mean he can't help it. But
yeah, he
it's just
literally can't
sad.
help it.
No, and they cry and he was pulling me to come get this boy's headset. Well, it was the boy's headset, but he wanted it. And
Oh,
I didn't know the dynamics of, the kids.
mhm.
But it just makes me I complain about stuff
You
like
feel quite blessed, right? Like
they just
not
no
even,
comparison, no
yeah,
comparison.
yeah.
But it's an experience, so but I'll be back, sweetheart. I'm
Yeah, I put chickpeas in
oh,
the
but I can't
spinach.
think what am I gonna eat?
No, I'm just gonna add cheddar cheese to that. You can take a bite of it. It's in the fridge. I just have to add some things to the vinaigrette.
Meat?
It's chickpeas, roasted apples, caramelized onions. I put bacon, I chopped up bacon in it. Um, yeah, and I'm just gonna add cheddar cheese to it and like a mustard vinaigrette. Okay, see you. Good luck. So the result, your Google Takeout is present and preserved. You have zip takeout archives, extracted files. Nothing was lost. Important clarification. What you are seeing, right? I copied that. What you are seeing, original export files already merged into system, data plus miss from Google services. This system state is accurate. Google Takeout is extracted and merged into OneDrive sorted, which now contains all data. One thing to note, you still have original zip files. These are backups not needed for daily use, optional to keep or archive. Conclusion, your Google Takeout is fully incorporated. No data loss occurred. You now have unified system across iCloud, OneDrive, and Google. So resume next step. Um, so do I need to keep these if they take a lot of space?
Getting a pie for the reunion.
I was gonna make the blueberry
Okay, they're rhubarb.
cheesecake
Okay.
and the cobbler I was gonna make for Sunday. I'm gonna make both of them at the same time because we'll be busy Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, crust, do the crust ahead of time because the filling, I cook it on top of the stove and stuff doesn't take long.
Okay, sounds good. All right, bye bye. Good luck. Okay. Um, so before next step, through terminal, through PowerShell, can you generate a code to safely move the zip out of the working system. So now we have a code for moving all zip archives to archive folder in one action. So paste that, enter, and directory D OneDrive 05 underscore system. Move zip files safely, no overwrite. So we have to wait for that to take place. And so after that, we proceed to final step, final structure, which will be in the next video.